kind of lineup, you should be able to just suppress the Naga Siren from getting the farm up. We've seen games where cores just have to farm forever, and that's easily punishable nowadays. So I think if VG plays to their pacing, you shouldn't have to really worry too much about what low will be able to get done. At the same time, Batrider and DP can get aggressive really early on to compensate for that. So there is still wiggle room here for Xtreme Gaming to handle this game on their own terms.
Well, John, give it to us very quickly. We need predictions. You got a minute to do it.
Xtreme Gaming, highest net worth by 10. I would probably say, gosh, that one's pretty hard. Usually mid, maybe paparazzi. Physical damage here will do to another in a single hit. I don't think you go past 1,000 here. Breaching 750 is also a bit odd, but I'd say maybe 751 to 1,000. Player with the most D wards by 15. Tricky one. I think that has trended towards the dire side, actually, just being more active on D wards. So I'd say probably Yang. That's my bets. I'm not that sure on that one this time around.
Well, bad news for me, Jonathan. Apparently my camera's messed up, so I'm gonna have to do a quick reconnection. But it's fine. We can keep going. It doesn't seem like there's gonna be a first blood anyway. I mean, you could have a level 1 team fight to break out here between these two. We are gonna see DY just go against Erica for a little bit on the Morphling. Only so much the Omni Knight can do, to be fair, but he will be able to take the bounty, and that is going to be a 3-for-1 trade in the favor of Xtreme, as now they try to punish DY. Looks like he should be just fine to back himself out.
Yeah, not much you can really do against each other there just yet. Going to be interesting to see how that lane ships up. Still, we have a bit of a shift. Low is actually running the mid Naga Siren up against XM. So he chooses to go into the Viper lane instead. And it can be a little bit annoying, but with illusion spam, it actually should be pretty playable. And they actually switch BAB over mid. And now Low looks like he might just walk bot. Like, they're just playing tag here. You are right. They are trying to match BAB to that lane matchup.
But that's very interesting, though. Like, is the Viper that much of a better matchup for Low? Right? Because you'd think Viper's still a very tough matchup for Naga, but it seems like they don't mind XM going against the Naga Siren of Low.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more manageable for Low. Just because, again, you've got the illusions to spam. It's not as easy for a Viper to clear that out until you get the Nether Toxin out, which you don't really prioritize all too early on. Low is heading back to mid again. He sees the switch. He's just going... They are wasting so much time. This is very favorable, it feels like, for VG, because at least the supports are having a good time. The cores, not as much with all this switching around.
And that's the thing, right? Like, Eric is still going to be able to free farm on this Morphling this whole time. He is not lane switching whatsoever. So Low's the one really suffering here on the Naga Siren. BAB, is he going to keep switching? It seems like he may have accepted it. Like, Low doesn't look like he's going to give up on this lane switch. So, I suppose BAB says, screw it. Enjoy the Viper instead.
No, he's walking up there.
Hold on a minute, John. Paparazzi in trouble now. Erica going to go for a bit of a chase. Going to be just fine. In fact, Erica now copying too much damage. Will be fine to back off. And you are correct, BAB. He is running back towards the mid lane.
What is this? They're just chasing each other now. It's actually just... This is not something we ever see. Like, sometimes we'd see the TP and the walk around one cycle. This is like 3 cycles of lane swapping now.
Low's a support now. Johnny's chasing XM.
They're running dual mids. What is this?
Get him, Low. Don't let BAB win. You go get him, son. You go to whatever lane you want. Look at this. He's actually just... Screw it. You want to go mid? I'll go mid. You know? BAB shows up. See ya. Low. No, he's gonna stick around this time. He'll stick around this time, surely.
Yeah, I mean, Timbersaw mid versus Naga, at least you don't have to deal with too many trees for the Whirling Death to kind of kick in. Old 11 is still playing tag with XM. He's not even heading back to any lane. So this is just straight up a dual mid. Like, they're not even bothering. Is this a pub game?
Top lane, there's a bit of damage being taken out. Mid lane's where all the action is. Look at this, Low and Old 11. They're just switching. VAB doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do.
I mean, it is sacrificing the Naga and the Batrider's farm by a good amount. Although, to be fair, Low is farming his farm just fine. He is still CSing. They are still building up decently. It does feel like they've shifted
How?
PYW to a core. Old 11's like a support bat now. So
How is he? How has he got 14 CS? How is Low actually farming? He's out farming the Morphling. How?
I mean, it's a Naga Siren, right? You've got the mirror images. He's been spamming that since level 1, and he doesn't have to commit his body, so they can't really harass him out. And why are they still dancing around here? I mean, they really are just camping low.
You know what? At the end of the day, the thing is, you've got a DP off lane. Paparazzi's the one playing it, so maybe they're just like, this Naga's not even, this isn't the carry. Paparazzi's gonna carry for us. It's fine. You know? I'm just gonna press R when I need to, as this support Naga, as he is mid now as well. So Low's sticking around finally. BAB did not give up. He's a man of persistence. Meanwhile, bottom lane, XM in a bit of danger, but Old 11 in more trouble. He will go down. PYW trying with the trample is in trouble again, as XM will turn right back around, go after PYW. And this Primal Beast, he does not have the onslaught available, so he will die to the Viper.
Yeah, nice little chase down there from VG, just finding 2 kills off the back of that. Just a little bit of, and then those musical lanes not quite shaping up the way you want to, I guess, for Xtreme Gaming. PYW was getting free farm. He is working towards phase boots on a Primal Beast, so it does feel like he is going to get that priority.
Erica Paparazzi? He's going to turn around. Erica. It's going to be okay. What a game we've had so far. I love these lane switching kind of games, I'll tell you, John. It's just too much fun. Just watching them try to figure out what to do. Like, there's a reason for everything. And I think Low, the fact that he still was out farming Erica at one stage of the game while he was doing it is kind of hilarious. As top lane Paparazzi trying to man up against Erica. Purification is there, making sure he is going to be just fine. Meanwhile, bottom lane, XM in trouble. Does end up going down. Frisk, he'll try to fight back against Old 11 here with the sidekick, and does barely manage to find the final right click. Just before he flies over the cliff. 1 for 1.
Yeah, and you're in a really awkward position where it does feel like your offlaners are now supports, your pause force are now the offlaners because they had a free lane. They're ahead in levels in comparison. Like Frisk is 6, while XM is 3. You know, that's a Viper who wants EXP, but because of the musical lanes, it's not quite there. Same thing goes for PYW in comparison to Old 11. He is getting a lot more. He's going to have his Pulverize ready at some point. Do have room to kind of walk around. They bring Old 11 mid once more. And Low, I guess at this state, could just jungle if you really want to do that. He does have the double damage rune, and looks like he will just jungle. So, kind of forced away from any lane, doesn't want to dance around anymore, and will just kind of dig in and try to farm up.
Yeah. Now a tri-lane coming in a bot lane. I mean, I say tri-lane, it is a rotation from BAB, but he's only level 5 on the Timber here, John. Why is he rotating? What's BAB up to now? He's jungling at this point.
I think they figured that Low would head bot, so they immediately dragged the Timber down to try to match, but Low is just not even bothering. They almost ran into each other if you just walk further south in the jungle, but they don't, so Low is just fine. Could just start dipping back to mid because XM is heading back mid.
Oh, Paparazzi. He's going to drop Frisk, able to pick up a kill as D wide, going to try and run, but is in big trouble. The Marcy proving to be so darn strong, and in the meantime, at least they do find the Viper. Old 11 able to take down XM in the mid lane, and Low is now back into the mid lane. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, it's back to what we were seeing from these lanes. Frisk, early level 6, is playing like a core, has the phase boots up on the Marcy this time around, and it's just trying to make space on the map. Same thing goes with PYW, though. Early level 6 is up, Pulverize is ready. They could try to play off the back of that. I don't know. There are no words for this game because it's just so weird. Dispose out?
Gonna try into Low. Onslaught is gonna be there. PYW in with the trample. It's just so much damage. Lift up, try to stop him. XM, he's gonna cop the ulti from PYW and will drop. It's Frisk trying to fight back, but not while the Omni Knight's around. And that's kind of what I was talking about. Like, as the game goes on, this Primal Beast is gonna be such a problem, though. Low in trouble. On the chains! What? That looked like it connected. Hold on a minute. BAB, he's not going to find the kill. He's actually going to die for this. PYW ripping right through them. I need a replay of that. How does that chains miss?
I think it was right on the edge of the AoE. It looked like a clean cut, but low backed off right in the nick of time. This is just madness. They're rotating 4 heroes mid. They're forcing out all these issues. This is a lot of good space for Erica. So in the end, I don't think Vici minds this too much, trading that many bodies out. And they might find it one more.
Absolutely. Top lane Paparazzi again going to be in danger. Will drop. Nice pickup. Erica very happy with the rotations of Frisk, who's been doing a fantastic job on the Marcy. 3-0-3 on the Marcy, in fact, involved in every kill so far in this game. And that's why Marcy's such a dominant hero right now. That's why everyone wants her.
Yeah, but you think about it. They were supposed to run the pause for Marcy. Frisk is now number 3 in net worth, so I don't think this is a very good reflection of support Marcy. Neither is this a good reflection of support Primal Beast, because PYW is number 2 in net worth. So again, just back to how these musical lanes shaped out, our pause fours are unintentionally getting farm priority, and they're the ones to set the pace in this game. I think for Xtreme Gaming, they will have to worry about Erica. And this Morphling's just getting way too much, but all the attention that's been brought to bot and mid, the top lane's just been left alone. And you can see in that replay just exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Try.
Let's have a look. There's your ulti from the Primal Beast. PYW gets that done. There's BAB. He'll show up soon. There's the TP coming in. This is what I want to see. Like the chains. I know with staircases it looks really like it gets really weird. He lands a chakram, rebounds there, and then the chains miss, and then the whirling death misses. Like how? In the meantime, DY he will take down Yang, and the mid tier 1 tower is in trouble here. Xtreme Gaming. They have popped the exorcism, but you tell me how that misses, John. I'm still confused about that.
He was right outside AoE. I think that is fairly accurate. It's an AoE of 225, and the Naga was far enough. The angle just wasn't that close from BAB, but it did make sense. It was a very sensible angle. It just low was ready and walked back in the nick of time. Erica being jumped here.
Indeed he is. Meanwhile, Old 11 also being jumped, but Erica, he's the bigger target. Will wait for more way. Onslaught is there. The chase is on. Erica still in big danger. Is strength morphing? PYW, how far do you want to go? Far enough. Not enough strength here for the Morphling. He will drop. Old 11 in the meantime also going down bottom lane, but it's a much better trade for Xtreme Gaming as Yang has started.
I keep forgetting Yang loves to spam. Like, I'm like, ah, right. Then he starts spamming, and you're like, oh my god, here goes Yang again. They will lose their top, though, so Vici losing a lot of map control. They did find a bot, but with the mid gone, Xtreme Gaming are in a much better position to just take over the map, invade the top jungle if they wish, although there are some defensive wards here from the side of VG. And they can kind of just buy space out for low now, because this Naga is going to need a lot of farm. Manta, rush first, no defusal to kind of hold down or burn down the Morphling. But you are getting that early build-up you'd want to see from everyone else. Like this build-up from Paparazzi, Spirit Vessel fully up. You can just cut off the strength of Erica very nicely here, stop the lifesteal from Sidekick being too impactful, and just kind of work it out from there. I think the key differences are now still in those pause fours. Because you are seeing Frisk take the back seat now and build up. PYW, already one part into the BKB, is going to have that sooner. And charge around here.
Yeah, Onslaught is in, onto the Viper. XM, he's just going to melt. So this is a support. Like, this is support Primal Beast, right? Like, this is... It doesn't feel very fair, does it, John? I mean, 5-1 and 2, PYW now has a double damage rune. Sadly is short on mana, but luckily has a clarity anyway. And, guess what, John? Pulverize, 10 seconds away from being off cooldown again.
Yeah, it's going to be back up. You're going to be ready to go. You've got that protection of the Omni Knight. Like you pointed out, Mike, this Omni Knight Primal Beast is...
Look at this, John.
It's really dumb with Heavenly Grace.
Look at this.
Smoke broken
Smoke on
instantly.
smoke. Whoopsie. Oh, he's got a double damage. Everyone run. Yang, we'll see you later, sir. Frisk. I mean, he can try. Nothing to rebound off here for him. PYW, go ahead and grab him. Come on. There you go. Lovely. What a hero.
Yang will just always get me. That was just unfortunate timing. You run into the Primal Beast. The double damage didn't even really count for much. It's Primal Beast with an Omni Knight. Like, you cannot stop that. All you can hope for is just to buy space to farm, and at the least you only lose your 2 supports. So you're not missing out on much. That is some space for Erica to keep building up. Although I do feel like the Naga's early timings are much more worrying than the Morphling's early timings. You will be able to still handle this Morph until maybe further on towards the mid to late game. That's when Erica should have a little bit more play. Low is still going to have that durability. He's going to have that little ace up with a Song of the Siren that can cut off these fights as well. And just kind of line them up on XG Sand to make a play.
The Timber's going to back off at the right moment there, John. Sensing something's wrong. PYW, you know he's waiting for an onslaught attempt. VAB will stick around. I think they might dive the tier 1 if they really wanted to, and they are. They're looking for it. Xtreme. They've got that damn Pulverize up again. Old 11, he's got a Blink Dagger up, so the lasso is going to be there before the Lotus Orb. In they go. Look at this Timber. He's gone. That's a Timber Saw. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's a Tim. He doesn't have that much protection, though. Like, doesn't have, say, a Hood of Defiance. He only has that Lotus Orb, level 1 reactive armor as well. Not that he had any stacks at all to play with anyway. And it's another great move out from the team. They just understand how durable their lineup is. They've got pretty damn good jump with PYW's Primal Beast. They've got the hold here with the early blink from Old 11. They can just easily jump someone and just dive if they want. They are very hard to burst down with Vici's lineup set up the way it is. And you do have that 2K lead up now for Xtreme Gaming. 11-7. BKB for PYW, only the recipe away. So, even more issues. Like, you will not stop PYW at all.
That's not fair, dude. It's not fair. Like, he's gonna have a BKB at 16 minutes, probably, like, maybe 17, and then you just can't do anything about him anymore. Nothing appears to BKB. They're gonna smoke up at least. Maybe they'll find the support Primal Beast. Vici Gaming. Lines drawn out into the mid lane. So they do want to try and go after PYW. Keep in mind, he is a support. This is a 4-man rotation. 5-man, excuse me, for a support. But no, they're going to rotate into the Radiant Triangle instead. Nobody hanging around there, so they're still pinging out that mid-tier 1 tower. PYW, sensing something is wrong, does hang around, and there's a very nice scan out from Xtreme Gaming. They know the smoke's happening, so in come the rotations. BAB, he will get spotted. Not the target they want to start on. Erica, in the meantime, will focus down that mid-tier 1 tower and forces out the glyph. PYW not using the onslaught yet. Old 11 does make a blink in. Flame break is there. There's your onslaught. BAB, he's got the Lotus Orb, but look at the damage. That's just the support, man. Onto the Rubik. They found Yang. Yang's very quiet now, John. He'll drop. Low gets a double. What year is it? Timbersaw's getting taken down by support Primal Beast. They're the same level. PYW's basically going to start out farming him soon. He's only 400 gold behind in terms of net worth.
Yeah, that's the big issue right now for VG. It does feel like their farm distribution across your two courses not spectacular. At the least here on Xtreme Gaming, you know, Paparazzi has a little bit more. Old 11 and PYW are a bit closer together, but you've got this Death Prophet who has more output, has more durability because of the little extra she has from the Bracer and the Ogre Axe into BKB. You don't have these early spikes lining up for the Viper and the Timbersaw. Like, these are, maybe the Timbersaw not as much, but XM surely wants some earlier timings, and he just never had the lane. I mean, this is a Viper that rushed 4-staff. He's not able to go for any of his damage or durability items. Doesn't have Dragon Lance.
Yeah. Oh, XM. I don't know what you're trying to do there, sir. He'll go down. Frisk. He shows up. PYW luckily not feeling like onslaughting the Marcy. Leave him alone. I'll tell you what, John, this is what the new Jurassic Park should have looked like. PYW. Very, very good actor.
It is terrifying. That is a very scary dinosaur thing right there. And I will admit, like, this cooldown's way too low. Pulverizes 32 seconds. Why?
Too low?
I mean,
you mean too long, John? It's gonna go down soon. He'll level up again in just a moment.
Yeah, it's insane. At the least, you know, with that, VG can kind of group up. They know where Erica's going. It's just they don't have catch. Right now, their best catch is Frisk with a rebound, but they might be able to. No.
Yeah, Low's fine. Sad thing is as well, considering the first 5 minutes of the game was him running between the bottom mid lane, he's the highest net worth anyway. I mean, it is Nagasaren to be fair, but That's a little bit demoralizing if you're Vici Gaming, just seeing low farming that quickly is Xtreme Gaming, 4-man smoke up. They're going to head right in. PYW will have his smoke broken, but watered down. Erica, hey, he has been spotted. He'll waveform away. PYW unable to find him, but does put out PAB. They love going after the timber, but the chains are going to be there. BAB, he'll be just fine.
Yeah, they back off. Really good ward here from VG to protect. Did spot that ramp run up from the side of Xtreme, so gonna want maybe a sentry ward here. VG does manage to run away. Going back to your point here about Low, I mean, think about this. Low didn't really have a lane, and he was still up in CS, as you pointed out as well in that laning phase. Somehow was still finding farm now, and is gonna have a Scotty in very good timing, considering that musical lanes they were playing. So Vici Gaming, for whatever they wanted to achieve from those swaps, really didn't find it. And now they've just sacked their Viper. They've sort of sacked their Timbersaw. And they've gone all in on Erica's Morphling, which isn't that far ahead of those two heroes anyway, and it's behind Naga. And Outer Rush just begins from Xtreme. They've got the durability to get this done and damage.
I was wrong, by the way. I mean, at least PYW on this Primal Beast, he can't solo Roshan. So maybe, you know, maybe add Fury swipes to Trample or something, and that way, you know, PYW won't feel like he's playing a weak hero or something, you know? It's just not, it's not fair. He can't Roshan, John. How are you going to win the game? Add Fury swipes to Trample. Make it better.
That's true. That's true, Mikey. You do make it sound like that sounds like something you would want to try now in ability draft or maybe some custom game like Custom Hero Clash. That sounds or OMG 4+2. Yeah, there you go. Fury swipes on a Primal Beast. Wonder if that would even work, but you know, gotta find out somehow.
Sticky Napalm stolen by Yang. Not going to really help his cause here though. Old 11 just going to chase him down, and Yang knows he's dead. In comes PYW.
Already
Trample. Old 11 will take it. See, you know like PYW's having too much fun.
Yeah, no, it looked like Old 11 was trying to give the kill, and he's like, "Nah, you're not getting this kill, buddy. I just wasted your time. I want this." You know, he's like, come here, take the kill." It's like, no, I'm still the core. I'm the man here. I'm Old 11 with a Batrider. And, you know, he's farming decently well. I think all the cores now have managed to recover, or at least equalize. As you can see, a line of 4 heroes for the same net worth. Just, again, a consequence of running it down mid. That's what happens when you run it down mid, kids.
Yep, absolutely. PYW currently the same level as the mid Viper and the offlane Timbersaw, by the way. So in case anyone was wondering. Very good. Actually about to outlevel them with one more creep, John, so, you know, here you go. Just needs BKB, no problem. Erica, be very careful, sir. It's not safe up there right now. They can tell which one the real Morphling is, by the way, Erica. In case you were wondering. Illusions definitely won't help his cause. PYW, he'll go ahead and clear out the creep wave. Very nice.
Yeah. You know what they would really need on PYW? Like a blink. He is going for Kaya Sanj, but a blink pulverize sounds pretty fun. That would be one way to kind of back off. Although, who needs blink when you have onslaught anyway? Maybe you really don't need it.
Well, blink does no damage, John.
Oh,
onslaught does 470 damage. Here we go. Bye-bye. See you, Yank. Very, very fun. PYW finding another kill for himself now. 6-1 and 9. 470 damage. Why?
Why not? I guess. At the least, no. Maybe one way to balance that is because it pushes back your allies. Maybe if you damage your allies as well, that would be a nice nerf. I say nerf. If it counts as lethal damage on an ally, you get a deny mechanic. So maybe that would actually be a bit more overpowered than it is a nerf. It would be griefy, but it would make thematic sense, right? Because you push your allies away, you might as well do damage to your allies as well. Why not?
I mean, Xtreme Gaming, to be fair, John, 7k net worth. This team is just playing fantastic. All jokes aside, Vici Gaming now, they're grouped up high ground trying to defend that tier 3 tower. What do you do now, right? Like, if you're Vici Gaming, the game's obviously extremely hard at this point. What would you recommend Vici do to try and pull their way back into this game 1?
Try to hit these BKB timings. Like, get Erica to finish that item up first before committing. You've almost got it on XM as well. Just lacking the recipe, about 100 gold. And you already have yours on BAB. You might want it as well on Frisk, but that is the Sport Marcy. It's going to take a little bit longer. Frisk has been giving more space out. So just have this last BKB finish up on Erica and on... Yeah, there you go. The 2 BKBs up. You could play now.
Jump in. Lotus Orb was there in time for BAB this time around. Old 11, though, still going to BKB run away, and in comes the Trampoline Onslaught, though nice. Lasso has been stolen. The Rubik, he'll drag PYW back, but he's got the BKB anyway. They don't have the damage. So Low, he'll find Frisk. It's a 1-for-0 trade. Xtreme Gaming probably wanting a little bit more than that, considering the commitment. They aren't going to find it. Even with the exorcism popped, it seems like they are going to be forced to back out of here.
They did force open 2 BKBs. That's BAB's BKB, Erica's BKB down, only XM kind of holding on to his BKB in the middle of that fight. So you're pretty happy enough. You managed to see the BKBs. They don't get that much from it for VG. They get nothing at all for it, actually. And you're kind of ready for it on Xtreme. You start to choose your targets a little bit more carefully. Big thing is, Old 11 has to be really careful with Flaming Lasso, because that's the one big play VG has. The Stolen Lasso to cut off the play here from Xtreme can just cause massive issues. Still, you've got the full eye and heart off on Low.
That's very far forward. He's going to try and BKB and run out of this. Low, Song will be popped. He'll put them to sleep. XM still just trying to kite out. Illusions are there. Low, he's going to lose that Aegis, so might need to back out of here. Meanwhile, XM, he's fine to back off. Unleash, it'll be popped. They'll try to get something done here on the side of Vici. Old 11, meanwhile, going to turn around as PYW. He'll charge in with the Onslaught right onto that Rubik. Yang dropping very low. Frisk also dropping extremely low. Will just drop. 2 supports down for the side of Vici Gaming. Xtreme just running all over them here in this game 1. They don't really have exorcism right now, so they might not be willing to try and push high ground, but they control the whole map. There's no real reason to try and rush this game. You've got a Naga as well, so you literally control the whole map. Like, she can farm everything.
Yeah, you have no issues here on the side of Xtreme. They're going to go for the last outer tower here down at bot tier 2. Bit of a process, but the damage will eventually come out. VG don't really have any angles for defense. I think for VG's part, their best play is probably a pickoff. It looked like they were just trying to bait out with XM last time around, knowing that the Aegis was about to expire. But how do you deal with a Naga with 3.5k HP? I mean, that's a Heart and a Scotty up. You just do not have a way of killing them more often. They see BAB up top and TP up here.
Can he get the Lotus in time? He does. They'll hold him down anyway because PYW is charging in. You don't really need the damage out from the Batrider. BAB going to try for the TP out. PYW, can they get the damage? Not quite. Reactions there from BAB with the BKB TP out. It's going to be just fine. Xtreme Gaming, though, really just kind of reminding Vici that nowhere on the map is safe right now.
Yeah, it really isn't. They have some room now to farm down bot, so they're at least getting some build-up here on VG, playing in the triangle, playing in that bot lane, getting some much-needed build-up. Erica trying to go onto the Chrysalis into the Daedalus. Just recognizing that damage is a massive issue for VG right now, because they're unable to rip through just how much healing is on hand from Xtreme and how durable their front line is. Even with that damage, they still have to concern themselves with DYs. Omni Knight, if you don't kill that hero off, Guardian Angel still removes all of the physical burst you're building up on Erica. So they have to find a way to go into that backline and just ensure DY won't be able to get the Guardian Angel off.
Sam, he's going to be spotted. Old 11. He'll turn back around, but his team is kind of pincering in from the north. Bit of a pincer maneuver. XM, he's still going to try and go after Old 11. BKBs are there. Lasso is not up, so they cannot cancel the TP of XM. It's going to be okay to back himself out. And VG Gaming, you know, considering the state of the game, John, they are doing a pretty darn good job of holding on to this game and just forcing out the lanes. Continuing to buy Erica just space on this Morphling to try and get to a point where he can actually contest this Naga Siren. And right now, he's kind of nowhere near it, but, you know, given enough time, he might get there.
Shouldn't be too long. I'm still going to take some time, but eventually it'll be at that point where he can be massive. I think the one concern is just that Low is a bit too big. No matter how much you farm in that morph, the Naga is just... I mean, you're going into the Butterfly now for Low. There's still this Ags buildup that's a possibility to deal with BKB targets. So you're going to have the hold, and you also get the reel in, which honestly we haven't quite seen but it would be interesting to see just how effective that pull is as a source of crowd control. Could also massively improve the hold coming out from Xtreme Gaming. It does feel like they're just waiting for that next Roche now on Xtreme Gaming side, which is giving Vici some room to get some build up. BKB's up now on Frisk. So I think this is the point where it starts to feel really good. You've got 4 BKBs up. You've got the Marcy who can just try to focus in and try to unleash, at least until you get the Guardian Angel off. And it's going to be really effective. However, Butterfly up for low. Butterfly Heart Scotty at 28 minutes. It's just maddening how much farm low has.
It really is. Smoke out, Vici Gaming. They're going to try and get something done. Problem is, Smoke might be broken by Low and is onto Frisk. Low, he's going to heart and Butterfly up. He's not really afraid. He's a very, very tanky boy. They'll dispose him up. Song is available. He might just have to pop it and does do so, but the BKBs is still going. Look at him just tank through all this damage though. Low, he's taking no damage from Vici Gaming. They're still trying, but they can't get it done. Frisk, he's going to drop to PYW. BAB has to be very cautious on the timber. He'll try to chain away, but there's no running. PYW right behind them. We'll take him out. Do they go high ground? I think they will, John. I think they will.
They've got EXO running. They're fully healed up and low. And it goes back to the issues. Like, you managed to jump low, but the Guardian Angel flies off anyway. The Song looks useless up against the BKBs, but they couldn't burst down low. They are mainly right-click coming out here, especially from the Morph, and just cut them off completely, not being able to catch that Omni Knight first. Fortified does drag away Xtreme Gaming, but Roshan is up. They've got the numbers here to kind of deal with that. They did pop a lot of their ults, so it can be a little bit tougher for the follow-up fight, but VG are not quite in shape to dip outside, although they could give it a shot, considering they don't have many long cooldowns to wait for, but it's tricky.
Who do you give the shards over to? Like, is it worth on the Naga? Like, just having that that HB regen during the song? It's kind of nice, I guess, for a reset.
It's not kind of nice. That's really busted. Remember, old Naga Ags was the shard.
Well, they give it to the DP anyway. In fact, there goes a team fight. Vici, they're going to try and force a fight right after Roshan. Problem is, can you deal with a Naga with Aegis right now? Low, he's just going to rush them. No song available, but it may not matter. They'll just chase down Frisk, slowly but surely. Force out the BKB. Onslaught available again very soon. Frisk, he's going to try and force the fight. Old 11 does drop, but Frisk is gone. It's a 1-for-1 so far as Vici. They'll keep trying, but they really can't deal with Low at the moment on this Naga. Still trying to turn around, get some damage done. They do break him, but Low's still perfectly fine. He'll turn again. Song is up as well if he does want to try and commit it for a bit of a reset. But he doesn't need it. Not yet anyway. In they go again, onto PYW. Erica, he'll try, but he can't get it done. Song is there, onto the Morphling. Erica, he'll get put to sleep. Can they hold him down? It looks like they can. Onslaught is there, onto the Morph. Erica's gone. XM trying to run on the Viper, but really just can't. GG. Whew. I mean, we knew they were the favorites going into this match. Xtreme Gaming, considering the lane switching and they made this game look too easy. I'll be frank, John, they made it look way too easy.
Yeah, look, I have no idea how Low found all that farm from those lane switches. He was managing to build up really well. Like, geez, how many times have we seen that kind of lane swaps? I want to say twice, and it was in China that they were doing this a couple of times, but not like 3-4 times, not to the point where you're just running 4 heroes mid. Because let's face it, that's what happened in the first 5-6 minutes of that game. 4 heroes mid, and you had a Marcy and a Primal Beast that instead of supports, they became cores. And it just, what a game one. Like, very well played out from Xtreme, but Vici did have a good understanding. They try something very different. Doesn't quite work out, but I'm looking forward to what happens in game 2.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, this is the team that did take the first and only game of RNG throughout that upper bracket final, so it's not too surprising that they made this game 1 look rather easy. I'm not sure if we can have a look back at the scoreboard for that game number 1 and see exactly what happened here for a bit of a recap, but yeah, again, it was quite a disastrous kind of game here for Vici, who just felt like they never really took off. Xtreme Gaming just felt like they were always in control. Low, I believe, went 5-0-11 on the Naga, just completely unkilled, undefeated. It's not only PYW 7-1-17. I know I mentioned a billion times it's support, but really I guess he was a core considering he did have a lane because there were so many lane swaps going on, and there you go. There's your overlook, your recap of that game number 1. it was a pretty rough affair, John. I mean, there's not really much they could have done here, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, look, when your entire game plan just shifts down to we have to swap lanes or we're going to lose the laning phase and it doesn't work out for you, it's pretty tough. I think they might have cornered themselves at a very early up. That was just something that didn't manage to really help their cause. And I think this Naga pickup was just genius. It forced that movement out from Vici. It forced them to change their game plan drastically. And Paparazzi, for his part, him and Erica had the only stable lane, and Paparazzi just smashed that lane, made it really tough for Erica in the early part of the game.
He certainly did, John. We are going to head off to a very short break, though. Right after that break, we'll be back with our Game 2 draft to see what Vici Gaming are going to try and do to force us to a game number 3. We'll see you all again very soon.